Political activist slaps woman. Demerara bridge repairs surpass $1 billion. And Guyana could become a major LNG export. I'm Enrico Bulford, and this is Uncut News. Do you see news happening? Send us a tip on WhatsApp at 592-659-6151. Last Sunday, social media talk show host and PPP political activist R.C. Rogers was arrested after he was caught on camera slapping a woman repeatedly in a supermarket in Bath Settlement, Berbice. Rogers was later released on self-bail. It is unclear what triggered the argument between the two, but in a Facebook post, Rogers claimed that there was a 2-hour altercation between him and the woman, and the video only showed a small part of the altercation. He said he wants the full video to be released. This actually isn't the first time he's been accused of hitting a female. In 2013, he was charged and remanded to jail after reportedly slapping a 13-year-old girl. The governments of Guyana and China have signed an air service agreement. According to Minister Edgell, the ASA will facilitate air transport connectivity between the two nations and develop mutual relations in civil aviation. He pointed out that while Guyana and China have excellent trade relations in different fields, the lack of direct air link has been a disadvantage. So this air services agreement will help and aid in that situation. Further, he noted that such interconnectivity will seek to ensure that the tourism potential of Guyana is fully explored, especially by the Chinese market. 3 contractors totaling $8.5 billion were signed under GWI's Coastal Water Treatment Infrastructure Program yesterday. Water treatment plants will be constructed at Onderneming in Region 2, Perika, Wales, and Luston Rust in Region 3, Caledonia, Cummings Lodge, and Bachelor's Adventure in Region 4. GWI said that the contracts were awarded to 3 international firms, Hi-Pro Ecologicos from Mexico, Sigma Engineers Limited from Bangladesh, and Toshiba Water Solutions Private Limited from India. The plants are expected to service at least 100,000 people. The Letton Power Company has come under fire for its silence after residents in the Region 9 township were forced to endure 1 week of no power without any official word. The issue is said to have been rectified as of yesterday, but residents are still unclear as to what exactly transpired since the LPC did not release any information. Fraud accused Jafan Hines is now facing 2 cybercrime charges after he accused Soku Inspector Krishna Dutt Singh of being corrupt. On Wednesday, Hines pleaded not guilty and was released on $100,000 bail. He will return to court on October 18th. In July, Hines was charged with fraud for a Facebook boyfriend scam. Soon after, he posted on Facebook that Singh was allegedly offering him the chance to end the matter, but for a price. Ongoing repairs to the Demerara Harbor Bridge following last week's collision have already racked up over $1 billion in costs. According to Public Works Minister Warren Edgell, the company that owns the vessel will be held financially liable for the extensive works being carried out. The Panamanian vessel responsible for the collision, the MV Tradewind Passion, is currently being detained. Meanwhile, the report on the collision has since been submitted to the ministry. $1 billion, that's a lot. Oh my. Ravin Williams, the man who was reported missing recently, is alive and well. According to relatives, Williams is currently in Region 8. He said that he didn't have any phone numbers or a phone to get in contact with them as he left his bag, which had his phone, with the very friends who was searching for him. And that's why he couldn't call them. Soon after, Williams met another friend and they went to Mardia to work. So he's safe and sound. It might not be robbery season, but the streets are still mean. That's why you need to get security for your home and business through Sheriff Security Service. Sheriff Security offers well-trained guards, armed and unarmed patrol, Marine Patrol, K-9 services. These people even got drones. Why? Because your security is their highest priority. You've seen the rest, now hire the best. Hire Sheriff Security Service today. Now it's time to tell you about Best Buy's Car of the Week. Currently on sale is this 2016 Toyota Crown Athlete. It comes with Bluetooth mount rims, new tires, TV, CD, stereo, fog lamp, spot camera, and much, much more. Buy cash for $9.95 million, or pay as low as $1.99 million down, with around $170,000 monthly for 5 years, and it is yours. Call or WhatsApp 662-0844 for more info. Visit the showrooms at Lot 171 Peter Street, Queenstown, or Lot 2 Lamar Street, and tell them the Riga sent you for this sweet deal. Online booking for the Perika to Baltimore ferry service is expected to come online by December of this year, and the other services are expected to start from January of next year. Meanwhile, online booking is on track for the other routes, including the Georgetown to Northwest, the Suriname Ferry service, and Perika to Wickenham and Laquan by January of next year. The online system will be used concurrently with the old ferry system, but the old system will only be available for a short while to facilitate the transition to the online system. However, persons who book online would take precedence over those who register in person. This morning, police searched the New Amsterdam prison where several contraband items were confiscated. The following items listed below were confiscated by the ranks during the search: 2 Ziploc bags containing cannabis, 17 improvised weapons, 23 lighters, a quantity of razor blades, 3 scissors, and 11 cell phones. On Friday, 30-year-old Aquila Abrams was remanded to prison for fatally stabbing her common-law husband, Michael Wilson, during a domestic dispute on October 10th. According to Abrams, Wilson stabbed her once when she decided to leave the allegedly abusive relationship before she disarmed Wilson and stabbed him twice. She was remanded to prison until November 30th. Now for today's oil update. Today, Arthur Deacon, director of America's Market Intelligence's energy practice, said with Russia's discounted oil and liquefied natural gas being diverted to Asian buyers and its gas deliveries to Europe falling by 80%, the world's energy markets have been forced to shift and recalibrate. This search for alternative sources of energy is creating major opportunities for nations with the ability to help fill the gap. And Guyana, although just a newcomer to the oil and gas arena, is emerging as one of the better positioned players. Currently, Peru and Trinidad are the only nations in the region with the capacity to meet the LNG export demand. But with the proper investment, Guyana can easily muscle its way into that LNG market, according to Deacon. Attention truck owners, if you're not shopping at Powered Automotive, you're wasting your money. Powered Automotive has all the parts for all models of DAF, Freightliner, International, and more. No need to knock your belly here. They have all the parts you need at the prices you can afford. Visit them at Locked 491 E Eccles or call or WhatsApp them on telephone number 697-0171. Save big on truck parts at Powered Automotive, the #1 heavy-duty truck parts store in Guyana. You can multiply your cash by selling Digicel Top-Up. This is a legit way you can earn some extra money at your business or to supplement your current hustle. Become a top-up vendor quick and easy by linking with Cellular Plus. Call them on telephone number 685-3109 for more info. Now for our Uncut News Viewers Poll Question of the Day. Every day we pose a question about current events in Ghana, the region, the diaspora, and how you feel it plays to us. Yesterday I asked about the conflict between the IPADG and the government, and no one had any answers for me. That's a little disappointing, but hey, that's how things are sometimes. And you know it's also disappointing, we won't have a history subject for this week. It was going to be, as requested, about Rupert Craig, but information is surprisingly very limited on him. But I will have one for you all next week. Now for tonight's question. How do you feel about the nation's growing ties with China? Does it concern you, or is it a positive sign of growth? I want you to think about that question. Tell us in the comments below. If your response is good enough, we just might feature it in our next episode. Anyway, that's all the time we have for tonight, and check us out on Monday for another. Until then, I'm Rico Bullfoot saying, have a great weekend. And as always, don't drink and drive, or you'll end up on Monday's episode the hard way. Ha-ha! Good night, folks.